Coming right up.
A pint of your finest mead.
Coming right up.
You look like a traveler. Someone that has seen faraway places and heard new stories.
Play so well.
With you as my muse, how could I not?
Oh, Sven, you do know how to turn a girl's head.
You're not getting anything from me. Here we go.
Someone do something!
Fight.
Coming right up. You look strong. Come to your Vasker and be a companion. The companions are my family. We fight so that other people don't have to. We bring honor and glory to ourselves and each other. Vilkas and I have been here since we were little whelps. Our father Jurgen raised us here. Even Vigner couldn't remember companions younger than us. Too confusing for me. Empire, Nords, Talos, who cares? Just tell me who needs bludgeoning.
Handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, sister. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in your Vaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Need a ride? Well, I know the Companions make their home here. Their mead hall, your Vasker, is the oldest building in the city. Oh, and there's a nasty feud between two families called the Greymanes and the Battleborns. You want to be careful there. The rest you can find out by asking the townsfolk. Start with the barkeep at the Bannered Mare or the Castle Steward.
All right, then.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Or else what? You think you can stand against the entire Whiterun City Guard? The gate's closed. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job. Don't expect a miracle.
Thinking I need to train some more.
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
Oh, no you don't.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her... You're going to rot.
Got something to say? Need something? Yes?
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whitbane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed. Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! I think I can teach you a thing or two. Come back anytime if you need a remedy. Rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you. I can teach you a few things. No, I'm not. Looks like we've got something in common then. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since. My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room. I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby. But I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun Guards or maybe hire the Companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you. If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
Ah, how my heart soars to look upon a Sister Bosmer. Please, how can I serve your hunting needs? An archer, eh? I've got just what you need. Thank you.
You tried mercenary? My Sapphire doesn't... He fed his entire family with the gold. I tracked it to a group... I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your I can teach you a few things. No, I'm not. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from... No, I'm not. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad.
Bows and
wandering
arrows
ever
for the
since.
mighty huntsman. Yes, I hear that question often. My brother Honorius and I came up with it one night after consuming rather too much mead. After our drinks, we went out for a moonlight hunt. We got separated, and in his drunken state, my brother mistook me for a deer. He shot an arrow that pierced my, well, rump. After such a memorable adventure, we knew we had the name for our shop. Try Hulda, the innkeeper at the Bannered Mare. It's just up the road near the market. You should check in at Dragon's Reach too. There's so much going on these days. The Jarl or his steward might have need of help. Thank you very much for your visit.
Please, bring it to me.
Welcome, child. This is the Temple of Kinnareth. The Gildegreen outside was planted as a seedling in the early years of Whiterun. Disciples of Kinnareth could sense something holy in it, and traveled far to hear the winds of the goddess in its branches. Of course, not as many pilgrims these days. To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo. I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal. If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the Hag Ravens. I've heard about a weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself. Your spirit is strong. Kinnareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock. So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy Hagravens yet? It's an old tree, very old. They say it was a seedling when the first men were arriving from Atmora, thousands of years ago. The sap is precious. Indeed. The temple, the goddess's divine blessings. After all, it is she who brings rain to our crops and fair weather on the hearth. Somewhat, yes. At first, it seemed a distant thing. When the wounded soldiers began to return from battle, as more of the sick and injured came to the temple, my work as a healer became more important than my duties at... I wish only an end to the fighting, so that I can tend to the temple once more. May Kinnareth... winds blow you to fortune.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you. Sometimes I miss the soul. I can teach you a few things. Right then.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready. Brigands I can handle. But this talk of dragons? World's gone mad, I say.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
I'm a bard by trade. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Sadia, dear?
Yes, Mom?
It's the leaving that's hardest.
Don't forget to polish those glasses later.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful is what it is. The guards in this city are all lazy and undisciplined. Things need to change.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. I've been thinking of selling the inn to Isolda. Anyway, what do you need? Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. The companions? In Jorvaskr? They're recruiting new members from what I hear. I should have guessed as much. Your kind sticks to that college in Winterhold, as well they should. Need anything else? Just let me know. What can I get you?
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to. Now please, no more questions.
Think you can go blade to blade with me? You'd be dead in 6 seconds. The heat of the battle is the fire that forges the strongest blades. It's an old Nord proverb. That, and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth. And why not? I could beat anyone in this city, barehanded. 100 gold says I knock your hide to the ground. Just fists. No weapons, no magic, no crying. Let's go. Never should have come here.
Someone do something! Someone help! Who taught you to fight? Keep those hands up! I'm getting out of here. This is a local favorite. One of the first songs. Ragnar the Red.
No! Damn you. You should have stayed in your precious forests, elf.
This is a local favorite and one of the first songs I Ragnar the Red.
Now that's what I call a punch. You got me. You're no liar. Best fight I've had in years. There you are. If you ever need another blade at your side, just ask. Wouldn't mind seeing how you handle a few trolls. You're someone who can get things done. I like that. You've been talking to those companions? Too hot-headed, they cried. Weak, pathetic cowards, the lot of them. It wasn't my fault. I told them over and over that it was an accident. They wanted me to prove my worth. So they threw me up against a young whelp of a lad, hardly old enough to grow his first chin hairs. I guess I thought a woman wasn't strong enough to hurt him. I didn't mean for him to die. Why would I want that? I just lost control. Good. Chat time's over.
there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who... riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blades. He told of old battles in Goldia.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll.
Need a blade? You should talk to Adrian at the forge.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
There's no telling what it means. My lord, please. This is no time for...
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
Who's this, then?
As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself. You know about Helgen? The Jarl will want to speak to you personally. Approach.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen? By Ysmir, Irileth was right! What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
That is a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while a dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. You are eager to begin your adventure. Excellent. The sooner begun, the sooner done, eh? I, learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me. You'll have to see the Jarl about that. Maybe his steward, Avenici. I'm sure one of them will pay you appropriately.
Wait for me. Farengar!
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors? Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest, priestess, an alchemist, and I'm sure others who practice. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. She asked me to obtain them for one of her potions. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be. If I said that was a tedious question, would you be smart enough to know what I meant? Probably not. As long as I'm left alone to pursue my research, I don't care who gives the orders. Now, I'm a busy man, and your pointless questions are boring me terribly. Good day.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? Well, what was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
So,
all this standing around is rubbish. We should be taking the fight to the Stormcloaks.
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
Oh, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
What did it do? Is it attacking the watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food and rest. You've earned it. Here, better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the service you did for me in retrieving the Dragon Stone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal armory.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No. Can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Don't worry, my lord. I'm the very soul of caution.
All this standing around is rubbish. We should be taking the fight to the Stormcloaks.
of us! The future of Skyrim!
Lord and Dragon Street say you aided the Jarl. On behalf of Whiterun, I thank you.
Men are all alike, from Skyrim to Hammerfell.
Do you have anything even remotely fresh?
I can assure you it's all
Here's the situation. Attacking the Western Watchtower.
What? Now we're in for it.
You heard right. I said a dragon. I don't much care where it came from or who sent it. What I do know is that it's made the mistake of attacking Whiterun.
Oscar, how can we fight a dragon?
That's a fair question. None of us have ever seen a dragon before, or expected to face one in battle. But we are honor-bound to fight it, even if we fail. This dragon is threatening our homes, our families. Could you call yourselves Nords if you ran from this monster? Are you going to let me face this thing alone?
No, Oscar.
But it's more than our honor at stake here. Think of it. The first dragon seen in Skyrim since the last age. The glory of killing it is ours, if you're with me. Now what do you say? Shall we go kill us a dragon?
Yeah!
Damn right!
Let's move out.
This war's as stupid as our feud with Clan Greymane.
This doesn't look good.
Be careful. We need to find out what happened here.
Trying to make a run for it. Kid, let's save us. Here it comes again. Don't just stand there, kid.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here. I'm taking command here for the moment. You head back to Whiterun and let the Jarl know what happened.
I can't believe we actually killed a dragon.
Come to chat with an old woman, hmm? Do your good deed for the day.
Look, you've already been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back the way you came.
We're causing no trouble. All we ask is to look for her.
I don't care what you're doing. After what happened, you're lucky I don't toss you in jail. Now get lost.
We will be back. This is not over. You there. We're looking for someone in Whiterun. We will pay good money for information. A woman, a foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us. She's likely not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything. It's none of your concern. All you need to know is that we're paying for information. If that doesn't interest you, feel free to walk away. We're looking for a fugitive who comes from Hammerfell. A Redguard woman. She may be somewhere in the city. If you locate her, find us in Rorikstead.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time.
For only through your grace and benevolence may we truly reach enlightenment.
By Izmir, you did it. You killed the dragon.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean? So what happened at the watchtower? Was the dragon there? I knew I could count on Irileth, but there must be more to it than that. So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you. Masters of the Way of the Voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world. The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice, the ability to focus your vital essence into a thum, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as she may be, I don't see any signs of her being this, what, Dragonborn?
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Frongar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with her?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you, you know? To climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we? We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord.
What is it that you need? Well, in the old tales, Wolfhearth was dragon in the very oldest tales. Back from when there still were dragons in Skyrim. The Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
There's been talk amongst the guards that you are Dragonborn. But such a thing, surely that's not possible.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great... Well, I only know what I've heard in the old tales. Shouting is an... If you can shout, you need to go see the Greybeards. They'll know what to do. You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve you. The Jarl has recognized you as a person of great importance in the Hold. A hero. The title of Thane is an honor, a gift for your service. Guards will know to look the other way if you tell them who you are. As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life. Good day.
They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King with his voice, shouted him apart.
I am your sword and your shield. Lead the way.
If you need potions, you should try Arcadia's Cauldron.
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda. Before my ma and Da passed, I told them that one day, I'd become the best trader in Skyrim. I met one of the caravan leaders, Madran. He said he'd help me get started if I could bring him a mammoth's tusk. Easier said than done. You'd do that? If you find one, I could teach you a thing or two about trading. Help you get a fair bargain in the future? Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them. Reputation, mostly. A lot of Khajiit turn to smuggling and thievery to get by. A few bad apples spoil the bunch. You know how it is. About the same as everyone else. They're the catfolk of Elsewhere. Great warriors, good traders. Way I hear it, Elsewhere ain't nothing like Skyrim. It's got tropical forests and dusty badlands. It sounds awful. Farewell.
Yes? Balgrup and I share a battle bond. We met as youths and forged our friendship in the fires of war. When he became Jarl, I insisted on serving as his protector. He had no cause to argue. Gods, you are curious. Almost dangerously so. I am charged with protecting the Jarl from any and all threats. Powerful men have many enemies, more so in times of strife, so you can imagine the dangers. Oh yes, there have been attempts on the Jarl's life. More than one would-be assassin has met his end at the tip of my blade. Take your pick. Dragons, Stormcloak assassins, ambitious and unscrupulous nobles. Sometimes I think his own children want him dead. And those are just the physical threats. Assaults on his sanity are another matter entirely. Every day he deals with obsequious functionaries and incompetent bureaucrats. Sadly, I'm not allowed to eliminate them. Well, not yet anyway. I've got my eyes on you.
I love, even as man, great Talos cherishes in us. Each of us, the future of Sky! You have come. You have come to hear the word of Talos. Because the so-called Emperor is a coward. That's right, I said coward! Oh, yes. He agreed to banish the worship of Talos at the tip of an Aldmeri sword. They called it
The White Gold Concordat.
Well, I call it blasphemy. A true son of the Empire would never have turned his back on our greatest hero. Not at any price. Well, let me tell you something, friend. Cyrodiil Issel. Let them come. I have no fear, for Talos is my ally. And there it is, friends. The ugly truth. May Talos guide you, always.
You have committed crimes against Skyrim and her people. What say you in your defense?
Terrible and powerful Talos. I'm being attacked! Yeah!
Hey, be careful! What are you doing?
The very idea is inconceivable to our elven overlord.
I've got your back. All right, what is it? What do you need?
Take away your strength. What of tomorrow? What then? To the elves?
Anything else?
Businesses? Your children? Your very lives? And what does the Empire
Lead on.
do? Nothing! Nay, worse than nothing! The Imperial machine enforces the will of the Dalmor! Against it all!
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds. Good hunting.
Bits and baubles for sale, all crafted by the best blacksmith in Skyrim. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. You take care of yourself now.
Life's hard enough with all these men propositioning me. But that bard is the worst. That bard Mikhail is begging for a dagger up against his throat, the way he goes on about me. I heard him boasting at the Bannered Mare, saying he'll conquer me as a true Nord conquers any harsh beast. Huh! If you want to try, go right ahead. I don't think anything will get through that thick skull of his, though. You've got no idea. Half the men in Whiterun have proposed to me. Some were even single. They'll never understand. No amount of flowers or honeyed words are going to change my mind. Right now, all that matters is my daughter Mila. No man's going to get between me and my little girl. Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables every day. Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. Ah, splendid, splendid. It's for a special brew I'm working on. A love elixir like none other. Maybe I'll test it on Farengar first. Oh, but I suppose you expect some compensation. Here. These potions should suffice. Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
And what of my son, What of Thorald? Is he nothing? So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son
Bits
chose
and
his
baubles
son,
for sale, all crafted by the best
Such is the
blacksmith in Skyrim.
The sooner you accept his
You
loss,
take care of yourself now. I will never accept his death.
Greymane or
My son
Battleborn?
still lives. I feel it in my heart.
Got
So tell
stones in
me,
your ears?
Battleborn,
I asked
where
what
is
side
he?
you're on.
Where are you
Greymane
holding my
or
Thorald?
Battleborn? New in town, huh? Whiterun's got two clans, both old and both respected. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane or Battleborn? Sooner or later, we all have to choose a side. More bad blood between the houses. Fralya is convinced our family is somehow at fault for the loss of their son. There's no reasoning with these people anymore. Long live the Empire.
Do you believe this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner. Face it, coward. Your stupid son is dead. He died a storm-cloaked traitor. And you best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
All I can think about is my son, my Thorold. They say that he was killed, but I know better. I know my son is alive. Those battle-born, It's not wise to discuss it here. Please, if you truly wish to help, meet me at my home. I'll tell you the whole story.
I'm right behind you. I'll head back home if you need me.
Trouble?
You couldn't possibly be the Dragonborn of legend, could you?
Once I've made enough money trading with the Khajiit caravans, I'm going to buy the bannered mare from Hulda.
Honored to see you again, my Thane.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee. Thinking of settling in? There's a house for sale, Breeze Hall. You should talk to the steward. We keep if you're interested.
I am your sword and your shield.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward. The Jarl is, as you can imagine, very busy. Perhaps I can assist you. Splendid. There's a house available right now. Very well. Just let me know when you have the necessary funds. Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach. The task of steward is more important than you realize. The Jarl often asks for my invaluable counsel.
Fear not, from dragon or giant, we